Guys, what is going on? Out here with Egar. I'm kind of doing a test on my phone. I don't know how strong the 5G is in my area yet, but wanted to see how this live looked for you guys. And if you guys have any gun questions, send them through in the chat below. And I will try to answer to the best of my ability any questions that you have. Love to talk guns. This guy. Keith Gregory, what is going on? Happy Saturday. What state do I live in? In the solid state of confusion, 24/7. What is going on, Keith Gregory? Hope you're having a good night, buddy. Always appreciate you watching. I'm in Northeast Ohio, for those who wanted to know. No, I was just messing with you. What's your name? Let me see here. I need reading glasses bad. It looks like it says Wade. I was just messing with you, man. I'm in the upper part of Ohio. So if you got any questions, sometimes I can even answer questions from out of state, depending on how well I know about that state's laws. Of course, I know mine the best, but there's some things I know about certain states. Yeah, there's some great things going on in Texas right now. Hey, David and Elizabeth and Jessa, I appreciate you guys watching. Oh, I didn't know you were in Southwest Ohio, Keith Gregory. That's awesome. So here's the deal, guys. Texas is the one that's stepping up and doing what every free state should be doing. See, the ATF, technically, I mean, and this is just facts, okay? This isn't an opinion. This isn't a theory. This is facts. The Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the Bureau of, only has jurisdiction of what crosses state lines. Interstate travel of firearms, right? So, basically, if you were to make a firearm, a suppressor, anything like that in Texas, the ATF doesn't have jurisdiction over that item until it crosses state lines. That's kind of just the generic thesis of it. So what Texas did was they said that if there's a suppressor company in Texas, and there is, and there will be more, every one of these companies will open up a shop there. They said if it's made here in Texas and it goes out statewide to the cities in Texas, a resident can go out being of legal age and purchase this item. Now, the biggest sham probably in our lifetime right now is the fact that hearing protection is still illegal. These people who know nothing about firearms and know nothing about the gun industry are stuck on Hollywood movies from the 60s and 70s that show a guy with a black glove screwing the can on the gun and going in and shooting somebody, and it sounds like a little puff of air. That's not the case. What a suppressor's for is, like, I have a place I can go to shoot. It's not real big. It's at a family member's, but there's houses to the left and to the right that aren't real far away. So what I could do is, if I had a suppressor, not only could I save my hearing, especially if I wear ear protection on top of that, I could not bother the people that live any of the areas around where I'm shooting. Of course, they're in safe directions away from where I'm shooting. But that is literally what it is. It's a muffler. It's like you have a muffler on your car, and them saying that you can't put a muffler on your car exhaust. And I think that I think people are starting to open their eyes to that. This isn't a 70s Hollywood movie where you put on a black glove and hey, no. You see him start to open a gate? He knows how to open these gates. This isn't the 70s movies. No, Egar. Come on. So, yeah, Texas is really stepping it up. I'm really proud of Texas. Hi, big boy. Hi, big boy. Hi, big guy. He's got to find something. He got a stick. He'll find something. I can't run him in here. I can't throw anything because he'll cut his pad. He runs way too hard. He goes full bore. He can jog around in here, but he can't run. So hope everybody's having a good Saturday. If anybody has any questions about any guns I may have had or something, you never know, shoot it over and I'll help you out. Okay, so he's telling me they just joined the, let me look that up here, the Gun Owners of America and Canadian. Yeah, I think the Gun Owners of America is great. Unfortunately, the NRA petered out on us. The NRA, there's a lot of underhanded things going on with the NRA. Hang on, let me scroll back here. Question for you. Yeah, somebody just asked me if I'd like to go up to Cuyahoga Falls and shoot at the range that you're a member of. Absolutely. Cuyahoga Falls is nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. I could do that very easily. I just got to get some ammo. But yeah, I do have some ammo for certain things. So, quit it, Egar. I do have some ammo for some certain things, but I don't have, Egar, no. I'm really lacking in 9mm. Come on, boy. Get your stick. Get your stick. Here, get your stick. I'm really lacking in 9mm. Here, boy. Here, get your stick. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'd like to try a shooting range. That's cool with me, man. What's up, big boy? Somebody's saying they're getting $20 a box for 9mm. That's awesome. Because the lowest I can find here right now is like $25.99. $25.99 is the lowest. And that was just recent. Before that, it was $30 and $32. So it's hard for me to pay that for 9mm. I have not been to Finn in probably a week, which is the longest. I'm normally at Finn all the time. I actually should have went today, and I didn't think of it. But I'm at Finn a lot. But the last time I seen the $30 price tag was at Finn for 9mm boxes of 9. Man, you know what I'd give for the days of when Blazer Brass, which is what I like, Blazer CCI, which is federal, Blazer Brass was $12 a box, $11.99, and I remember going into the gun store and thinking, man, this should be $10. Now, why don't you give me some $11.99 Blazer Brass now? I will thank you. I will shake your hand. I'll sweep the store. Whatever you want, I'll do, And I was complaining about $11.99 Blazer Brass. Oh, you have CCI aluminum cased? Yeah, my stuff doesn't have issues with aluminum cased. Most things I shoot, I don't have any issues with aluminum. Aluminum or steel. But just know if you ever do have a hiccup that it's probably not your gun, but you're just playing at the range with aluminum probably. So if you ever do have a hiccup, it's nothing to worry about. See, that's what I want to take to the range, Keith Gregory, is I've actually got more ammo for my 10 millimeter Glock 29 than most things. That was thanks to a viewer who had sold his 10 millimeter firearms and sold me a stash of ammo, okay? So I've got Target, and I also bought Target as prices were starting to increase. But yeah, I'm reading Joe Morgan's comment. Yeah, I hear you, man, on the, it'll run, but it stinks because some of the ranges around me, they don't want aluminum because they sweep the floor and they keep all the brass, they put it in one barrel, and they don't want aluminum and steel getting mixed in there. And they bar you from using it in the range. I think I accidentally, quote, snuck and shot steel cased at a local range near me. Got away with a box or two, but I try not to do it because then they're going to start watching for it. Yeah, 38 Special's good to have. Great training round for your 357 Magnums too. Egar, look at this guy. Is this not a handsome guy? Is that not a handsome boy right there? I've got a good stash of 357 Magnum thanks to Ron Gunner and 10 millimeter. Yeah, right? Forbid they have to sort the free brass they get off the ground. I mean, that gun store makes a killing in brass. They just let, nobody in there I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen anybody pick up their brass. I seen a guy shooting a 454 Casull revolver that was putting the brass out of the revolver into his pocket. But everybody I've seen shooting a semi-auto in there, I've never seen one guy pick his brass up. Yeah, that's a pretty good stash, Joe. Pretty good stash. What state do you happen to be in, Joe Morgan? You close to Ohio? Oh, Idaho. Yeah, that's a bit out there, at least for me. Good state, though. You're right near Utah, which is a really, really gun-friendly state. Now, I'm not for sure. I don't really know any details at all about the Idaho gun laws. I think they're pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're good. I think they're pretty good. Oh, you from Youngstown? Yeah, I'm familiar with Youngstown. Hey, big boy. I'm definitely familiar with Youngstown area. They say there's a lot of guns in the lake around, in the water, in the water holes around Youngstown. Yeah, Joe, I thought Idaho had good gun laws. I did. I just don't know the details. Mainly because I don't think I know a YouTuber out of Utah, or out of Idaho. I know like Nut and Fancy is from Utah. South Jordan is where he lives. And Nut and Fancy, they got really good gun laws out there, That's Utah would be the next state I could see doing the, if you make a suppressor in town, you can sell it in town. Yeah, that's nice, man. Somebody was asking me, have you seen the prices of guns and ammo decrease in recent? Yeah, they actually have. One thing that happened is the stores are like bombarded with ammo. Like Finn is like stocked with ammo. I went to another gun store, and they told me they're trying to get rid of ammo. They told me they have too much. They got too much in the back. But they're charging $50 for a 100-pack of Blazer brass 9mm. So this guy's going to buy $50 100 packs of Target brass? You know, who knows? Who knows, man? That's a chunk, man. I mean, Blazer brass, I really like. That's my go-to for Target, okay? But for me to spend $50 on a 100-pack and my Scorpion mags hold 35 rounds, man, it's hard for me to plop that cash down. You know? It is. It's hard to do that. You know? Can I get a $25 100-pack of Blazer brass? Come on, Egar. Get your stick. Rescue 29. Yeah, you're up in Ontario, Canada. You know, I have to say, because I'm not too big to admit it, when predicting the ammo, I was wrong on one thing and right on the other. What I was wrong about was how quickly ammo got back into stock. I said it would be 4 years. It took out 2. 2 or 2.5. And then I said that prices would be the slowest decrease ever, even when it comes back, because guys would hoard it. So I was right on the prices part, but I was wrong on the how quick the ammo came back, because it came back pretty fast. That's for sure. It came back pretty quick. So I definitely was off on that by a year or so, which I'm glad to see that ammo's back. I'm glad to see that it's back. But man, you know, gun stores were making money on it when it was $12 a box of 50. I mean, come on, how much they need to make on that stuff? There's factories pumping that stuff out like machine gun fast speed. Here's the thing, man, if you want my opinion. Ammo price is going to decrease, but it will never, ever go to what it was in 2017, 18, and a portion of 19. I don't think it will ever come down that low. The way to get it to decrease is if people literally quit buying it. They would have to lower it. They would have to. The manufacturers would start lowering what they sell it to the stores for, and the stores would lower it. That's the only way. Would be if people stop buying it. Yeah, Keith, that's what I think about it. Oh yeah, guys, don't get me wrong, when I talk about Egar, quit it. He gets a little rowdy sometimes. Egar, I threw that plastic thing out there he was trying to get a hold of. It's like a coffee cup lid. And now he's trying to get it. That's just the way he is. What's my favorite AR-15 carry piece? Well, my favorite AR-15 period that I own is my Daniel Defense with the compensator on it that does not let it recoil at all when you shoot. Egar, stop! He's biting the fence. I like my Springfield pistol. I got a LaRue Tactical. It's still brand new. Never even been outside of my house. LaRue Tactical factory rifle. It wasn't a kit rifle. It's a factory. That's a good one. So, you know. But I like a lot of them. I like Smith & Wesson, M&P 15s, the Sport 2s. I like those. Egar, come on. But yeah. Somebody said, do I like Beretta? Beretta was the first gun I bought being of legal age. I had guns way before that, but of being legal age, the Beretta 92 FS. Honfire, what is up? Yeah, dude, I love the M&P Sport and Sport 2s. When those come back down in price, I'm definitely going to get some more of those. Those are one of my favorite ARs ever. You know, then if you want to go to the high-end, high class, or however you want to call it, the high-end stuff, then I go Daniel Defense. Yeah, Sport 2s used to be $4.99. Egar. They used to be like $4.99, man. Those days are long gone. And I keep thinking, like, why didn't I stop, why didn't I just keep saving money and saving money? And have at least, like, half a dozen of just those. It'd be so nice. Because, I don't ever see that stuff reverse. And there's always going to be a threat to that stuff in our country. But, I don't see it. I don't foresee that reversing course. And with inflation, like look at the pre-lock Smith & Wesson revolvers. Those are a premium, and they're way more money than they cost in the 70s. You go buy a good condition Smith & Wesson from the 70s, you're going to pay 400% more than what it cost in the 70s right now. And those are all over the place in this country. All kinds of guys had those and put them in their closet. They're everywhere. And they still hold that value. Guns aren't like investing in stock markets that go up, but guns are a good investment, period. If you want to stabilize at least stabilize your money, if not go up. Egar, come on. I just can't believe I got another 43X. I got 3 of those things now. That's crazy. Somebody's asked me, did I ever shoot a CZ P10C? Yeah, I had the HK VP9. I liked it. Yeah, the VP9 has a great trigger, but my Glock 19X has one of the best triggers that I've fired, and I let another Glock guy test it out, and he thought the same thing. He thought the same thing I did, and it's a factory trigger. But the HK VP9 had a really good trigger. It was a striker. Guys, how's the picture looking and everything with this? This is kind of a test as well with my new phone. A CZ550. Picked up a Glock 43X recently. Love it. Yeah, me too, man, as you know. Yeah, Joe, I hear you, man. What's up, William Keller? Hey, thanks, Rescue 29. Everybody's saying the picture's good. I appreciate that. Big boy. Big boy. There's a handsome guy right there. He's a good boy. He's a good old boy. He's a good old boy. He's a good boy. Hey, Egar, stop. Where's your stick at, buddy? Let's get your stick. Come on. All right, guys, that was just a little test. Okay, somebody's asked me a question here. Let me go ahead and answer that. Should the military have picked up the Glock 19X instead of the P320 as their sidearm? Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of partial to the Glock, but SIG makes a good gun. But I think when it comes down to it, unfortunately, the Army doesn't use the combat guys to pick the weapon. The Army uses the bean counters. Okay? Pencil pushers. Little pencil neck guys in button-up shirts and ties sitting at a desk. That's unfortunately who guides and gives reports to the Army on what cost is going to be and stuff. So, while I'm sure Glock had good pricing for the Army, SIG might have way undercut. I know that's what happened with the Bushmaster rifle. When the military went with the Bushmaster rifle, it wasn't because the Bushmaster was such an elite, high-quality weapon of war. It was because Bushmaster gave them a price they could not refuse, and the pencil pushers put this in the paperwork and submitted it, and they picked it when they went to the Bushmaster AR-15. Bushmaster's a fine AR. I've had them in the past. But, you know, it is what it is on that. Do you think we'll see new Glock clones since some of them... Man, I can barely read that. Oh, yeah, the Glock clones? Yeah, they're... I've seen a picture of one that was legit on the internet. But, like, the reason that you don't see clones in America like you do everything else, from Gucci handbags to watches to even iPhones, the reason you don't see Glocks and guns cloned is simply for one reason. China can't just ship that over on Wish.com, okay? There's no possible way to import that over here. And if they did import it, everyone would know what's coming over and where it's coming from. So they're stuck between a rock. While they can, Egar, clone almost anything under the sun, all the licensing and red tape and everything to import firearms here is just like, is as tall, the paperwork is as tall as this fence. Yeah, I seen a guy on the internet. He bought an iPhone clone, but it was way off. It wasn't even close. The cameras were different. The placement was different. Everything was way off. There's actually clones on Wish.com. And then when you turn the phone on, it looks like an Android format. It doesn't even look like Apple. It's like Android. And there was like $170. He said he used it and he could make calls and it was fine. And the battery was fine. They're just using the same technology that they put in China, and these cell phones over there right now, and the real iPhones, they're made in China. Egar. See if anybody else guessed anything. I gotta brush him out. He don't mind it. Yeah, Joe, talking to Joe Morgan here. The Taurus G3 was pretty impressive to me for a lower-priced gun. Even the trigger is not horrible on a Taurus G3. In fact, I want to get a holster for it. So you guys know with the different things I have, that's saying something. I know people that couldn't afford I know a guy in my personal life, him and his wife couldn't afford a high-end firearm, and I showed him my review of the Taurus G3, and him and his wife went to Finn and they bought one. I mean, yeah, the G3, and they bought one, and he likes it. So, you know, Taurus has changed a lot. And they've done a lot of things differently to get up into this concealed carry market, which is huge in the United States. The concealed handgun market is huge. The only thing bigger than the concealed carry handgun market is law enforcement and military. Glock has lockdown on law enforcement. Lockdown. The civilian sales are secondary to Glock, believe it or not. Secondary. You got departments ordering batches at a time, daily batches. Yeah, you're exactly right, Keith. I found that out. I was telling my cousin about that. They're making Taurus in Georgia now, and Taurus also owns Rough Rider, those little 22s, like I got that 9-inch barrel 22. Taurus is making that now, too. But, yeah, I mean, I'd have no issue, man, carrying the Taurus G3 for protection. No issue. That's, maybe some of your opinions vary, but I've shot the thing. I've tested the thing with several different ammos, and I know from my own experience in life of what I would and wouldn't do. Somebody just told me they like High Point only because they're made in Ohio. Yeah, they call them the Mansfield Glock. I tell you guys a funny story. When I was a kid and High Points came out, my buddy's dad bought one. And, he was kind of a funny guy. He, he used to believe things that he was told. And when I was a kid, he told me and my friend, his son, he said that High Point, some of the internal parts are stamped steel made by prisoners in the Mansfield Reformatory Prison. And I told him I didn't think that was the case. And, of course, he said it was. I never really pushed it. I didn't argue with him. I was just a kid. But the rumor was that prisoners were making parts for the High Points, like the internal stamped steel parts. That was never true. That never happened. We got the big, now it's called Riceland Correctional Facility. And the old Mansfield Reformatory where Shawshank Redemption was filmed still stands. I'm going back there. You can go in and you can film and video and do a self-guided tour. I'm going back. I'm going to get you guys videos again. You can go all the way down to the whole tallest freestanding cell block in the history of the country. 5 stories. 5 stories when you're in there of cell blocks going straight up 5 stories high. The tallest freestanding cell block prison in the United States ever. It's still open to go in there. $15 ticket. They use it to keep the electricity and heating. Egar. Electricity and heating and the upkeep for the people to come through. They take that money and use it for that. Let's see here. Egar. So I said that I wouldn't buy another Glock 43X unless someone offered me one for $350. I'm still waiting for that offer, guys. I said I'm done. Unless somebody offers me $350 for one, or they offer me one for me to pay them $350, I'm done buying 43Xs right now. I got 3 of those and then a regular 43. Oh, man. It is a nice night out here tonight. It's cool. Big boy. Big boy. Big boy. A big boy. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. All right, guys, I'm about to sign off here. I got to brush him out, and I hope you all have a good weekend, and I'll come back with you guys for a video probably this weekend, guys. All right, guys, hope everyone takes care. Stay safe. Later.